Tame Your Brain. By Jan Tinscher. Copyright Jan Tinscher, all rights reserved. http://www.tameyourbrain.com. Find your personal success using these proven techniques and strategies. This is a free ebook. Learn from it. Share it. In Tame Your Brain, you will learn how to control your anger, a negative emotion that stops you from living life to the fullest. How to stay focused, something that people with 20 things going on at once find hard to do. How to center yourself. How to change your negative ways. How to learn how to spell difficult words forward and backward. These techniques and strategies are so cool, you'll wonder why they didn't teach you this in school. Just think how your life would have been. Is anger a way of life for you? By Jan Tinscher. Does someone just have to look at you differently, and you get angry? If someone cuts in front of you when you've been standing in line forever, do you get angry? If a delivery is late, do you get angry? If someone doesn't live up to your expectations, do you get angry? Do you get angry, frustrated, or hurt often? Does it seem like being angry is a habit with you now? Well, it doesn't have to be. One way to stop it is to sit down and write a letter to yourself, and yourself only. Now, I know this sounds so simple, it's ridiculous, but guess what? It's not simple, it's not ridiculous. This isn't just any letter. This letter works through the 6 layers of emotions associated with anger. I found this technique in literature put out by Barbara DeAngelis, Ph.D., and it has helped many of my clients. Sometimes, they thought they were coming to me for something else entirely, when in fact anger was the base of the problem. Once their anger was in control, they were able to move on. This is a process that will help you put the anger behind you. As you use it, you will find that you are able to control your anger quickly. You will soon be able to calm down immediately. In time, you will no longer need the letter, your mind will automatically go through the process without you having to even write it. That is the ultimate goal, but for now, write the letter, feel the change, and get on with your life. Here is how to do that. There are 6 levels involved in healing anger. They are anger, hurt, fear, regret, intention, and love. Each level has 2 feelings associated with it. For anger, the feelings are blame and resentment. For hurt, they are sadness and disappointment. For fear, they are insecurity and wounds. For regret, they are understanding and responsibility. For intention, they are solutions and wishes. For love, they are forgiveness and appreciation. We have to work through each feeling in each level until we get to the ultimate, and that is love. Sidebar: we cannot be healed until we can love ourselves. We cannot be productive until we can love ourselves. We cannot love others until we can love ourselves. Writing a letter to ourselves, sometimes several letters, is the first step toward recovering our own self-love. End of sidebar. There must be at least 1 sentence per feeling in your letter. Once you write that sentence, it usually leads to more, which leads to even more. Your job, should you choose to accept it, is to write until you can't write another sentence for that feeling. So, get out a pencil and paper and let's get to work. The anger level deals with blame and resentment. Write as many sentences as you can that start out with this: I blame you for underscore. Write as many sentences as you can that start out with this: I resent the fact that you underscore. Or, I resent you for underscore. Sidebar: the sentences don't have to start out exactly like that. These are just examples. The sentence does have to deal with the feeling you are working on, though. End of sidebar. The hurt layer deals with sadness and disappointment. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: you make me sad when you underscore. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: you disappoint me when you underscore. The fear layer deals with insecurity and wounds. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I feel insecure when you underscore. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: you warn me when you underscore. Now, we've worked past what has hurt us and we are working on toward a solution. This is a very important step. Since we are writing for ourselves, and maybe even to ourselves, this helps us come up with a solution for ourselves. The regret layer deals with understanding and responsibility. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I understand the situation as underscore. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I 5. Feel responsible when underscore. The intention layer deals with solutions and wishes. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I feel a solution might be underscore. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I wish underscore. The love layer deals with forgiveness and appreciation. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I forgive you for underscore. Write as many sentences as you can that start out like this: I appreciate the fact that you underscore. You are working down through the 6 levels of emotions, individually. You are taking care of each emotion that would have ultimately ended up in anger. By the time you are back down to love, you are more in control of your emotions. And, by the way, did you notice you are feeling much better now? More in control? In a productive state. Good. Now, who do you think you should show this letter to? No one. Right? Right. Because showing the letter defeats the purpose of the letter. I cannot say this strongly enough. You are writing the letter for yourself only, no matter who you are writing it to, so that you can work through your feelings and become a better person. Showing this letter to anyone only decreases its value, and quite possibly hurts the other person. Do you want to do that? I don't think so. That's not what we're learning in this class, students. If you did show the letter to someone, it means you aren't healed. Please, don't learn that way. If you don't feel 100% better, go back and rewrite the letter. When you are finished, you will feel as though a load has been lifted from your shoulders. The anger will be gone. You have just learned that you are capable of dealing with your anger in a non-threatening way. And isn't that a great way to handle it? Now, decide to write a letter every time you start feeling that old tension start to grow, and realize that you have now taken control of your life. Because every time you take control, you are telling your brain that you will succeed, and it will help you relax faster and easier every time. Thanks for reading. Jan. Disclaimer: Jan Tinscher and /your Tame Your Brain do not guarantee or warrant that the techniques and strategies portrayed will work for everyone. The techniques and strategies are general in nature and may not apply to everyone. The techniques and strategies are not intended to substitute for obtaining medical advice from the medical profession. Always consult your own professionals before making any life-changing decisions. Be more successful. Let Jan Tinscher, Master Neuro-Linguistic Programmer, help you. Great articles, great strategies you can implement immediately. All free. Go here now, /success/index1.htm. Do you know you have a brain and a mind? By Jan Tinscher. Your mind is where you think your thoughts. Your brain pretty much controls your body. Now, if your mind is suddenly shocked by something you see, it translates very quickly to your brain, which translates very quickly to your body that you are shocked. Depending on the severity of the shock and how you yourself respond to things, anything from the shakes to shutdown happens. Let's dissect that. You were shocked by something you saw. Or it could be something you heard. In which case, your brain searched for what you know of the subject and found a picture made up of your memories to form in your mind. That picture is your take on the situation, which shocked you. Your mind showed the picture to your brain, which caused the reactions in your body. Okay, Here's the tricky question. What if you learned to control the thoughts that went into your brain? What if your initial response segued to a softer picture? Or a softer response? Like, it's not so bad. I can handle it. This too shall pass. That's my favorite. Okay, try this. Find something that scares you, but not too bad. We want to experiment on the easier things. Take 3 deep breaths and say one of the 3 sentences recommended above, or make up one of your own. I always say, whatever works, works. I'm brilliant sometimes that way, have you noticed? Now, back to the scenario. Doesn't that feel better? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes we need to experiment. Make sure you don't just do it once and give up. Okay, picture the scary, or not so scary, but more like disturbing picture, and take your deep breaths and say your power statement. That's what we'll call it, okay? The power statements are, once again, it's not so bad. I can handle it. This too shall pass. Or whatever you came up with on your own. Going back to whatever works, works. If 2 breaths work better than 3, go for it. Same with 4, 5, or 6. And while you're doing it, clench your fist together to feel the power. Or, instead of clenching your fist, maybe straighten your stance, push back your shoulders, and feel the power. Or maybe just smile mysteriously, but determinedly, as you take your breaths and say your power statement. That's my favorite. What that shows you is that your mind has a definite impression on your brain. If you change your mind like I just showed you, you are taking control of your reactions and staying in a more productive state. Now, you know that you have a brain and a mind. And you know just a little bit more than you did about how to use your mind productively to bring positive results into your life. Isn't that fantastic? Thanks for reading. Jan. Disclaimer, Jan Tinscher and /or Tame Your Brain. Do not guarantee or warrant that the techniques and strategies portrayed will work for everyone. The techniques and strategies are general in nature and may not apply to everyone. The techniques and strategies are not intended to substitute for obtaining medical advice from the medical profession. Always consult your own professionals before making any life-changing decisions. Are you a red hat lady? Drop in and see what's happening for the ladies over 50. Articles on growing older gracefully will amuse and enlighten you. Learn how to make a purple boa, and find products that make your life easier. http://www.redhatladiessociety.com. Why Can't I Stay Focused? By Jan Tinscher. Do you know how to focus? Really focus? No? Well, if you did know how, would it help you remember people's names? Would it stop you from being nervous, or at least help you control your thoughts so your thoughts don't make you nervous? You bet. How about if you talk too much or too loud? Would focusing help you? You bet. Would it help you remember where you left something? On why you even walked into that room in the first place? You bet. Well, if focusing is such a benefit, why haven't you learned how? Too many reasons to go into, right? Well, you've got time to read this now, you might as well learn while you're here. What do you say? Shall we do it? Okay. Step 1, don't you just love it? I am so methodical. Stand up straight. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Sidebar now, some of us aren't in shape, so maybe we'll have to sit down for this. The rest of you, stand. End of sidebar. Step 2, think of all the wonderful things that have happened in your life. Sidebar. Remember, your mind does not know the difference between real and vividly imagined. If you don't have any wonderful things that have happened to you, imagine the wonderful things that have happened to a friend or acquaintance. End of sidebar. Step 3, imagine what it feels like to experience something you don't think you can handle. Step 4, now, Imagine yourself succeeding. Succeeding, regardless. How do you stand when you're feeling that way? How do you look? How do you feel? Step 5, now, on that feeling of exhilaration, feel the calm that is also there. Stand or sit straighter and imagine a golden glow of light in the shape of a funnel on the top of your head. Feel that light as it courses through your body. Step 6, take another deep breath. Now, hold that breath in. As you hold your breath in, feel your heartbeat. Step 7, with your mind, feel your heartbeat in your left little finger. Or if you can't feel it there, feel it in your right elbow, or wherever, anywhere else besides your heart. Remember, whatever works, works. Step 8, wait a couple heartbeats or so, then mentally move your heartbeat from your left little finger or wherever you had it to another place on your body. Isn't that fun? It's always nice to stretch your mind, isn't it? Is this the time to remind you that your mind is like a muscle? Use it or lose it. Sidebar, release the breath whenever you feel the need, then take another deep breath and hold it while we work some more. Do this throughout. End of sidebar. Step 9, now, as you take control of your heartbeat, moving it at will, pick one place you want to be your power place. Let's say it's your right thumb. That golden glow of light on your head is continuous and is flowing down through your arm into that thumb. Feel the power. Sidebar, now, if you are at the age where you tend to feel arthritis in a joint, this may feel like that. If you don't want to encourage that, pick a different place. End of sidebar. Do this daily. Do it often during the first few days until you feel your power just by thinking of your power place. While your mind is concentrating on your power place, it isn't concentrating on anything else, and that's one of the purposes of this exercise. To calm your mind. End of exercise. Now, you just learned to focus. After using this technique for several days, usually 21, it will become a habit. Toward the last few days you will feel a shift in your thinking, and you will be able to feel the confidence this invokes in your mind. Answers will come to you out of the blue. Just think, no one else knows how to do this. Well, no one you know, evidently. You can startle your friends with your knowledge, you can impress your spouse, and best of all you can teach your kids. And anyone else if they're really, really nice to you. If you find yourself getting nervous or forgetting things in the future, check it out. Were you focusing? Why not? Thanks for reading. Jan. Disclaimer, Jan tincture and /or tame your brain. Do not guarantee or warrant that the techniques and strategies portrayed will work for everyone. The techniques and strategies are general in nature and may not apply to everyone. The techniques and strategies are not intended to substitute for obtaining medical advice from the medical profession. Always consult your own professionals before making any life-changing decisions. Are you a red hat lady? Drop in and see what's happening for the ladies over 50. Articles on growing older gracefully will amuse and enlighten you, learn how to make a purple boa, and find products that make your life easier. http://www.redhatladiessociety.com. Publishers, you are welcome to reprint this article in its entirety provided you. It will run. Do you have questions? Ask Jan. Do you need help with an addiction, bad habit, negative feelings? Ask Jan. She will give you strategies and techniques that will help you make that change and get on with your life. Read questions others have asked and the answers I've given. For more information, click here, http://www.adviceaskjan.com/subscribe.htm to ask a question. Click here, Ask Jan at tameyourbrain.com. What is your base? By Jan Tincture. Do you have a base? A place within you that says, yes, I will do this. Or, no, I won't do this. Your base is called many things. Your morals, your way of standing true to yourself, your conscience, your belief system, etc. For today, we'll just call it your base. It's the place where you know deep in your heart what's right. Imagine what your base would look like if you gave it an entity. Imagine placing that entity in your left hand. In your right hand, put a time when something overpowered you, causing you to revert back to old ways. Where you let your peers control your thinking. Where you let circumstances take over. If you had times like that, those are the times you forgot your base. Here are some more times. Someone did you wrong. You know the old song. Now, you have to get back at that person, in order to save face. Whoops. Forgot your base, didn't you? Someone shortchanged you, and you want what's yours. Whoops. Forgot your base, didn't you? Someone snuck in line ahead of you, and you don't have to take that. Whoops. Forgot your base, didn't you? Someone cut in front of you in the line of cars that haven't moved for 36.5 minutes, and the very least you were going to do is honk your little heart out. Whoops. Forgot your base, didn't you? Look at your left hand again. It's your base, your you know right from wrong place, your center, the place you'd rather be, that says you can handle it. The place where you are in control. You know the way you should act, but the old programming is getting in the way. Stand there for a moment. Look at your base in your left hand. Feel the solidness of it. Know that it always knows what's right for you. Look at the right hand that's holding the old reactions I mentioned at the beginning. Look at them one at a time. Do they hold anything dear to you? How important is being right if it's going to hurt someone? How important is the 16-odd cents of change that you were shortchanged, if it causes someone to be hurt or to be put in the wrong? How important is it to you to have your peers see you act like them? How important is it to lash out and get back at people if it causes you to lose your base? Your core belief system that says you are better than that. Not better than others. Just better than the way you had acted? Your peers didn't put that belief system in you. They aren't in charge of it. You are. You put it there. If it isn't serving you, find a different one, but don't find a different one because it isn't serving someone else. Put all the good energy you can in that left hand. Let it bounce as though it were a ball. Know that it is yours and no one can take it away from you, unless you let them. Now, look at the right hand. Look at the trouble you experienced in those situations. Now, visualize those instances again. Except this time, see you handling them from within your base. Your very core. Feel the strength you get from that left hand. Tip: every successful business has a mission statement that they go by. That mission statement tells everyone what they will and will not do. The gist of their mission statement is we will help others. We will not knowingly hurt anyone. We will do this, this, and this for our client. We will stand behind our word. People are more important than the dollar. And they live by that. Some go so far as to say if it is not enjoyable, if we do not have fun while we are creating it, if it does not help people, we will not do it. Doesn't that sound a little like you would like to live your life? Wow. Always know your core belief system. Know where you're going. You don't have to know how you're going to get there, just keep that success picture right in front of you. Your brain will find the way. Thanks for reading. Jan. Disclaimer: Jan Tinscher and / Tame Your Brain. Do not guarantee or warrant that the techniques and strategies portrayed will work for everyone. The techniques and strategies are general in nature and may not apply to everyone. The techniques and strategies are not intended to substitute for obtaining medical advice from the medical profession. Always consult your own professionals before making any life-changing decisions. Want to be the next Donald Trump apprentice? Jan Tinscher. master neuro-linguistic programmer, will tell you how it can happen on the Apprentice Review. Go here, http://www.apprenticereview.com. Technique for Changing Your Ways. By Jan Tinscher. Let's say you have a bad habit. You continually do the bad habit. Your bad habit is cemented in. What do you say to yourself about the bad habit? That's just the way I am. I'll never change. This is the way my life will be from now on. I can't change. This is how my friends see me. If I change they won't like me anymore. Well, if that last one is throwing you, you need to think about it and decide what really is important. That you keep your bad habit and your friends, or you change your habit and take a chance on your friends. Regardless, if you can think, you can change. Liken yourself to an old plough horse. The plough horse went down the row every day. He didn't stop until he came to the end. When he came to the end, he turned around and went back the same way. There was no changing the plough horse. That was the way he was. Well, one day, the farmer bought a new acreage. For whatever reason, it was longer. The first day, the plough horse would start to turn around early, so the farmer saw that he had to take control. He had to keep the plough horse going until he got to the end. Every day the farmer had to go out and walk the plough horse all the way to the end, then turn him around, walk him to the other end, and repeat the process. The farmer had to do it for how long? Just until the plough horse caught on. Once the plough horse got into the habit of going until he reached the end of the new acreage, he did it. Think of your brain as the plough horse, yourself as the farmer. If you want to stop a bad habit, you need to stop it and replace it with a good habit. If you habitually reached for a second brownie, now habitually reach for a glass of water. If you habitually reached for a cigarette, habitually reach for a glass of water. Whatever you habitually reach for that is bad for you, substitute habitually reaching for something that is good for you. If you have a bad habit of putting your middle finger up when you are angry, habitually put up your whole hand and just look at it. Make a point to habitually smile at it. If you have a bad habit of saying bad words that are out of your mouth before you realize it, add to them. They are already out there in the air, just continue going. Start out with adding tone to and jump a rope. Then get creative, so much so that the word or words are already covered up and no one knows what they were in the first place. If you have a bad habit of hitting people, even in jest, make it a point to hit air. Decide now you are never going to hit people again. Make it a habitual habit never to hit people again. Disclaimer, Jan Tinscher and /your Tame Your Brain do not guarantee or warrant that the techniques and strategies portrayed will work for everyone. The techniques and strategies are general in nature and may not apply to everyone. The techniques and strategies are not intended to substitute for obtaining medical advice from the medical profession. Always consult your own professionals before making any life-changing decisions. Do you have stress in your everyday life? Let Jan Tinscher, Master Neuro-Linguistic Programmer, help you. Great articles, great strategies you can implement immediately. Go here, /stress/index1.htm. Are you hopeless at spelling? By Jan Tinscher. Did you have trouble spelling in school? Now that you're an adult, do you still have trouble spelling? Well, here's help. Some of us, no matter how hard we try, cannot remember the correct spelling of certain words. Okay, maybe a lot of certain words. But we shouldn't let that bother us, because now there is a technique that will help us remember the spelling of every word. Now, pay close attention, because this is going to be fun. Prepare a list of words that you are having trouble spelling. Step 1. Let's determine your access point. Now, this may sound weird, but do it anyway just to humor me, okay? Determine which way your eyes go when you are asking yourself questions like, What color is my favorite football jersey? What does the latest rock star look like? Which button on the dishwasher starts it? What does your favorite person look like wearing red? Now, you may need help on this, so have someone ask you these questions and look to see which way your eyes go. Up or down, left or right? Whichever way your eyes go is the direction it's easiest for you to access information in your brain. Let's say you look to your upper left. The upper left is your access point. Step 2. Now, the easy part. What's your favorite color? See the word you are spelling in that color. Isn't that easy? It makes it more fun if the things you do, techniques, use the things you enjoy, color. Remember, whatever works, works. Step 3. Now, look at the first word on your list of words and pretend to take a snapshot of it in your mind's eye. Take your eyes to your access point and imagine seeing that snapshot of the word in your favorite color. As you look at the snapshot, read the letters out loud, backwards. Now read the letters forwards. Do it a couple of times until you have the feel of it, and voila! You can spell that word that used to be a problem. NLP tip: whatever you do, don't look down. If you do, and that isn't your access point, then you've lost your access point. Simple, isn't it? From now on, whenever you want to spell this word, simply visualize the snapshot in your head and spell the word correctly. Forwards or backwards. Now, can you really ever use this sentence again? I can't spell very well. I don't think so. Thanks for reading. Jan. Disclaimer: Jan Tinscher and /your Tame Your Brain do not guarantee or warrant that the techniques and strategies portrayed will work for everyone. The techniques and strategies are general in nature and may not apply to everyone. The techniques and strategies are not intended to substitute for obtaining medical advice from the medical profession. Always consult your own professionals before making any life-changing decisions. Do you like learning techniques? Do you want more strategies that help you live the life you want? Would you like to see more and learn special times to use them? Click here, /subscribe.php. Jan Tinscher, hypnotherapist, master neuro-linguistic programmer. Forest City, Iowa 50436. Contact info, mail to jan@tameyourbrain.com. Christian websites you'll enjoy. http://www.apprenticereview.com. http://www.redhatladiessociety.com. http://www.adviceaskjan.com. http://www.angelserwithus.com. Publishers, you are welcome to reprint this article in its entirety provided you retain the above resource box and include this notice, plus notify us of the day you will be running it.